I would love to tell you about the first 48 hours and what you can do to prepare for the moment that you meet your beautiful baby. Because this is not commonly something that I feel is taught in birth preparation classes or even discussed before birth. But having an understanding on what your baby's going to do, how birth impacts on those first couple of days, because it is variable, and the reality is as much as it would be great if we could completely control what happens after birth, the reality is that we can't control anything. All we can control is our reaction, and it's really unnerving facing that truth because we can only do so much. And this goes for getting pregnant, having a healthy pregnancy, navigating challenges, or preparing for birth and the variables of birth. Obviously, we prepare for all of the different things that may or may not happen. We likely have a birth plan and understand what the variables could be if that plan is not quite going as expected. And the same goes for after birth, but this is not really something that is being talked about, and it is a really critical gap in birth preparation versus postpartum reality. I'm hoping that you haven't heard too many horror stories about establishing breastfeeding and what having a newborn is like, but the probability is that you have heard about the challenges of this time. It's a very sensitive time for a family, for a mother and baby, because babies need to be fed very frequently. Every 2 to 3 hours they feed, if not more at times. So between 8 to 12 times in 24 hours is considered normal for newborn feeding. Newborns have rapidly growing bodies and brains, and this requires them to constantly top up their little fuel tank. Their bellies at birth are so teeny tiny, the size of a marble, and they rapidly digest milk in 35 minutes. No matter what milk it is the same. So you've got a little person who really depends on you for lots of co-regulation and cuddles while they adapt to the outside world, but they need to feed frequently and often to fuel their rapidly growing brains and bodies. And because of this, it's important to note that newborn sleep is completely different to how we sleep. So babies who are within that first approximate 12 weeks of age, 50% of their sleep is REM sleep, which is that really wakeful sleep state where you like flutter your eyes and you're quite active. We have that too, but we have a little bit of REM sleep at the end of our sleep cycle. Newborns are different. They have 50% REM sleep. So their sleep cycles are approximately 50 to 60 minutes, and they rapidly digest milk, which means we are in this postpartum time dealing with broken sleep for weeks on end, which is really a challenging time when you consider the amount that you're learning and how things are changing in the way that your life is, and also in just learning new things with a reduced mental capacity, because we all know what it's like when you have a bad night's sleep, and I'm not great after a bad night's sleep. Like, I'm super grumpy and it's really hard, and it's like the mindset shift I need to get into the day, expose myself to natural light, to just get into it is so helpful in those times of sleep deprivation. And I find that a lot of families just have no idea about these things that are biologically normal, a normal thing to expect. And the more that we can prepare for the reality of this, then we can mentally get ready for the variables, just like we do for birth. So I want to talk today just about that first 48 hours because it's a critical time for you and your baby, and I want to give you some tools and information that will hopefully help you feel more informed and confident with what is going to come next.